Okay, so we are starting finally.
We are finally starting. Let's fucking go.
I would say the Spanish have a slight edge here over the Australian team, and I'm expecting some crazy front running from Caronte. But yeah, we'll see. That's like my prediction. Nothing more.
It seems like both streams are rather in sync actually.
Mm-hmm.
So it's actually
That's
pretty good.
unusual. Yeah, that's unusual for for a mixed restream. I mean, with the mixed platforms, so nice to
Yeah.
see. Nice to see
Okay.
that.
We see Jasa going tight immediately. He's trying to run away basically. We also see the same from Rugometsto. So Dor just comes down, who is going to run faster and who is going to get that better first item roll.
And we are seeing some crazy lag as usual with the Australian team.
Yeah, we see some teleporting here. It's not super bad, but yeah,
I don't know,
it's
man, it's
not.
super bad.
I mean, there's definitely worse lag. I have seen worse lag, but then again, since the Australian team is hosting right now, it's lagging badly for the Spanish team, which puts them at a slight disadvantage for sure.
But since they will change like the host at the halftime,
Yeah, yeah, we can
like,
safely
balanced out.
assume that they are going to change the host. We see Rogomesto getting hit by a beaker out of nowhere, basically. So, yeah. And yeah, we see a lot of teleporting here, like, this is not exactly favorable for the
Yeah.
Spanish team.
But unfortunately, it's always the case with the Australians. Like,
Yeah.
this was like always like this, always like that. Never like, I never saw any match against the Australians with no lag. To be honest, never.
Yeah, I mean, the one big issue of this game and how the netcode works is basically getting hit is based on getting hit on someone else's screen. So basically, if you want to get hit by an item, you have to get hit by that item on the other player's screen. Which also means, if someone is teleporting on your screen, and for example they are teleporting into a wall or teleporting into the floor, and your item misses, they won't get hit on their screen. So actually having a bad connection is actually pretty advantageous in this game, whereas usually having a bad connection is a disadvantage in other games. But in CTR it actually puts you into a fucking god mode, so yeah, it's not exactly ideal.
And we are seeing the Australians splitting positions. Like, no surprise.
Yeah, that orb is coming out of nowhere. Like, we can see on the minimap on Rogometso's screen that the orb is just going anywhere. It's like you can't even see it approach. Like, the map is completely unreliable since it's basically just teleporting around. Like, that orb is just gonna hit you out of nowhere. It's really hard to tell what's going on here, really, because players are just getting hit out of nowhere. I mean, I have had matches like this as well. For example, against Japanese players, in Japan versus Europe, also a lot of distance in between, and matches that are lagging this badly, like you are just limited of how much you can actually do, because when there's people teleporting around, you can't hit them with an item. You don't know what item they have. Like even the items that they put down may be desynced, and it limits you so much, and it's so frustrating playing against a team that has such a bad connection. But then again, if the physical distance between two countries is that high, you can't really do anything against it. It's nobody's fault anyway, so yeah.
And we are seeing Caronte like relatively close behind the two Australians in the top two. So maybe we could, yeah, try something with some crazy lines.
I mean, even if he takes the best lines ever, I don't think this last lap is going to be enough for him to catch up, especially if they do combo backspam in the front, which they should do. Yeah, and it's getting very difficult for Caronte to catch up because Caronte will have to go wide on every single corner, and that's just gonna lose time. Like for example, this Nitro there at the start, he has to go wide if he doesn't want to hit it.
Yeah. Although they're not okay. Jaws hitting the wall there and losing fire. And all would be rather effective since they have no shields, the Australians, so.
Yeah, this is looking pretty favorable for the Australian team so far, but considering that only they can actually see players where they are, I guess like this right there. Yeah, like this right there, you can see that this was a decent hit. Like he didn't even get hit at all. Like the animation showed up, but nothing really changed. So.
Okay, currently very close behind, but this is.
Oh, nice combo backspam there, almost blocking the entire path. That's kind of nice. Who's hosting? The Australian team is hosting. Yeah, considering that this is YouTube and Twitch, the POVs are actually pretty well in sync. That's pretty good.
Next up, we have Thunderstruck. I mean, Thunderstruck with that amount of lag, so messy, man. The next race will be definitely crazy.
Yeah, we actually see that the YouTube stream is ahead. But yeah, as you said, Thunderstruck is going to be a very messy track because this track, Blue Fire track, very fast Blue Fire. And if you have people teleporting around on that track, then oof. It's going to be very rough.
Yeah, we'll have to deal with some random and unfair shit, so. That you have basically no influence. Yeah, seeing Jaws going very fast, getting the best item in the beginning, a shield.
Yeah, a shield is a pretty good item roll there. It's pretty much the ideal item.
And we are seeing like no surprise. Oh, Jaws just messed up.
Oh, Jalsa jumps into the death zone right there. Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate, but then again, I mean, this death zone is very annoying. Like, I don't even know why it's there. It doesn't really serve a purpose in my opinion. It's just very annoying. It basically just keeps you from cutting the corner too much. But then again, with everyone behind him getting hit, I guess Jalsa is not even in a bad position, even though he lost the fast blue fire. But yeah, and also we see some nice desync there, like Excessivisor hits the beaker, appears to be getting hit, but is not getting hit. It's like, yeah. This TNT right there in front of the STP is actually pretty well placed, because if you take it on your head, you have to jump down. There's nothing else you can do, because you can't get it off.
Like Jaws almost hit the dead zone again. He shouldn't be so tight there. I mean, you don't save
Yeah,
really so much time there. He
yeah,
shouldn't be
yeah,
doing that.
yeah. Going wide there only loses like a second at most. Like that's not even that much. And
He's go
also,
Oh, that was lucky on his
wow,
part.
what the fuck? Charles are riding on the collision, and unfortunately,
Mm.
Rogometsu jumps into the dragon mouth or whatever that creature is, and
Yeah,
gets
demon mouth. Yeah,
demon mouth and
yeah.
gets respawned. It's kind of unfortunate. It's also a very annoying respawn point, because when you have
Mm.
the fast blue fire, it's very easy to get a high jump there that makes you jump into the demon mouth.
And Jaws not going
Yeah.
for a hit on
Yeah,
Caronte. That's
yeah, I
weird.
think that's actually a pretty good decision, because if he just overtakes Caronte without hitting him, he has a blue shield in second, which puts him in a pretty favorable position, and there's no need to waste your blue shield on someone who lost fire anyway. So keeping
Okay,
that blue
makes
shield
sense.
is usually the
He's
better
going.
option.
He's going like tight again. I mean, the minimap is so irrelevant, it's so unreliable. Like
Yeah, yeah,
people are
it's
hitting apparently items all the
yeah.
time on the minimap, although they're not hitting it actually.
Yeah, yeah,
So
you can't really tell what's going
yeah.
on, and it's also the issue that, like, for example, Rogometsu is in 5th place now, but no matter what item he gets, that item is not gonna affect the race at all, unless he rolls a Warp Orb. But a Warp Orb in 5th place is the rarest item roll in the game, so the chance for him to actually get that one is very, very slim. So even if he gets missiles or shields, like, it just doesn't matter, because he just can't do anything with it. Like, he's not gonna hit anyone.
And we are again seeing the same situation. Top two, Caronte, like behind, very close.
It's actually crazy, considering that you've just seen Caronte on Rogometsu's screen, even though Caronte finished already 7 seconds before Rogometsu, so that just shows how insane the desync is.
Mm. Yeah, that's basically the meta of this match, of this set. They're trying to get the most points they can get for free for 4 tracks, and then they switch, and then they just need to press X and drive, because there's nothing they can do about the lag, and they will just get bashed by random DC items. Nothing more we can do. There's nothing much we can do about that. Yeah, but that start is contributed to the lag of the opponent team,
I
because they are
mean,
hosting
yeah.
Sparta, so let's
Yeah,
be just real here.
I guess what sold the ESS is definitely partially
Yeah.
true.
Mm.
Um, each team basically has to make sure that they get as much points during the races that they host as possible, because with such a disadvantage, it's just very hard to actually win a race based on making good plays, because even if you get someone with a back bomb, that player might just teleport into the ground, and then your bomb will miss, and the player will not get hit. Like, it's that easy, basically. I think a lot of issues could be resolved if you would only get hit if you get hit on your own screen. Because on your own screen, you yourself, you're obviously never teleporting. So if someone shoots a bomb
Mm.
back and you get hit by that bomb on your screen, you should get hit. Even if
Mm.
even if it misses on the other player's screen. But if you could get hit on your own screen, then having a bad connection would be much less broken, because as it is right
Mm.
now, having a bad connection is just stupidly broken in many different aspects. It's such a big advantage, like having a bad connection. It's actually it's sad almost. The fact that having a bad connection means you are basically invincible. Like you just can't
Yeah.
get hit by items. Like even orbs, for example, if you are glitched on someone else's screen and someone fires an orb, and even if you are first place, the orb will not target you because you appear as 8th place on that person's screen. It's so broken.
Oh no, Election Avenue, the never-ending
Also,
track.
this right there is gonna be sad as well because the Spanish team won't be able to make the switch here. So basically they have to go right if they want to keep the speed goes because the box won't work. Yeah, the box only works for the Australian team in this case, especially for Jadster, since no, he's not hosting, okay, but the Australian team in general is hosting, so
Mm.
yeah. Electron Avenue is really a track where it matters where, like, who hosts, and yeah, it's just, I don't know.
And we are seeing Caronte at second place. Okay, nice one. It will be difficult for him to play like 1v3 basically.
Yeah, we
but-
can, on Rogometsu's screen, we see the positions shifting all the time. Like, the positions are just completely unreliable. I guess for the first 4 races, we should look at Jarlster's screen because his minimap and his player positions are more reliable. Since they are hosting. But yeah, on Rogometsu's screen, we are just gonna see a shitfest basically. It's very sad. I mean, even though Caronte is in second place, it's really hard to defend himself against 4 players because the Australian team has first. Oh no, Rogometsu is second now actually. Wow, he actually managed to break through. But now Caronte got taken out, so nothing really changed. Like Rogometsu and Caronte just switched places basically. Yeah, we can see on the minimap that the 3 Puras are almost bottom 3. So yeah.
Okay, nice evasion by Rogomesto. This is the first time I saw someone evading the lasers.
Oh,
like
he
that,
hits the
okay.
nitro on the left side. Yeah, he's gonna get. Yeah, he's gonna. Wait, what? How did it not hit him? What? I mean, yeah, I guess desync also does that for you. Like that bomb should have hit him, but it just decided to just lol no. And also, yeah, this was also desync right there. On Rogometsu's screen, it appeared as if Jadster had run into the laser, even though he didn't.
Even though it
Yeah, because when the lag is so bad, the game interpolates the movement incorrectly, so players appear as moving into a direction where they actually aren't moving. So people may hit objects on your screen, but then the game just resets it. Yeah, and we see just lagging in the air. It's like it's insane. Like Rogometsu
what
even
is happening?
appears at wow, it's
What the
it's
hell is
incredibly
happening?
bad.
Like the hit the nitro, and then the nitro just vanished into the air, and he was
Yeah,
like,
yeah, that's a very common effect because if you hit a nitro on your screen, but another player on another screen has actually hit the nitro before you, then the TNT will just vanish basically, and it will appear on the other player's head. Desync in this game is very interesting. There's a lot of effects that can happen, and you could write a book on that because there's just so much stuff that shouldn't be. But yeah, this is the racing game of the year for you.
yeah, but it's puzzling to me actually that they never fixed that. They updated this game so much, especially with the Grand Prix, but they never fixed the online. It's unbelievable actually. Think about that.
If you have actual good rollback based netcode, you can totally play with players from vastly different regions. You may have to increase the buffer a little bit, but we've seen that these concepts, they can work. And yeah, the netcode in Nitrofute is just really bad because the game is lagging even when two consoles are in the same network. Like even when they stand right next to each other and they are in the same network, there is a noticeable desync between two consoles, and that alone is just insane.
And we are seeing again the same scenario. We are seeing like
Yeah.
the Australians are winning positions.
I mean, I guess for Rogometsto, he's in a comfortable spot with a shield on third place, but yeah, it's like, oh
No!
wow, he chokes before the finish line.
I managed to get third.
Okay, he doesn't get overtaken before it, but that would have been very sad if he just choked there right before the finish line. Yeah, this is again a strong win for Team Australia. I guess it's not really surprising considering how things are, but I mean, I'm not even saying that they are playing bad, but the host advantage is definitely on their side. But then again, this will switch soon to the Spanish team, so it really just comes down to who makes more points during the time that they are hosting, and that's basically what decides the winner.
Yeah, since they will change the host, Gamma, don't forget.
Yeah. I mean, of course they will. They will. I'm not saying anything like Team Spain isn't out to any capacity, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see if they can actually get the amount of points that they need during the time that they are hosting. So far, it's looking pretty good for Team Australia. They have a 31-point lead. They have won every race so far.
I'm so dumb. Like halftime is after Oxy Station now. Sorry. The Electron Avenue just took too long, like always. Never ending track.
Electron Avenue is a nice track. I mean, I guess it really just depends on how you look at it, but I think in general, Electron Avenue feels nice to drive. It's a nice track to time trial. I don't like it much in wars, and it's not because of balance issues or stuff like that. It's actually the exact opposite. I think the track is too balanced for its own good. Like, you can just get blue fire back anywhere, basically. And the main issue with Electron Avenue is items, they are just not powerful enough. Like, they don't really impact anything. Like, you can, I think most items are actually pretty weak on Electron Avenue simply because of how the track is designed. And yeah, I think that takes away a lot of like the possibilities of what you can do.
And on top of that, like, it's so long, you know, and items have no effect, so it gets really boring easily. And my Chrome just crashed for some reason.
Wow.
What the hell?
But yeah, then again, as Sparta points out in the chat, it's actually true. Like, the Australian teams, the Australian players, they have chosen some very good tracks for them to host, especially Electron Avenue. If you are the host on Electron Avenue and your team is good at the speed ghost and there's a noticeable desync, like that's a very big advantage if you can play on Electron Avenue in that case. Yeah, Rogometsto manages to take out some players here with the mask, and it's actually looking good for the first time. But it seems like there's someone approaching with a mask. I mean, I didn't see it because it was just invisible on the screen, I think. Or I just missed it. But it seems like, yeah, someone just broke through with a mask, basically, and just hit everyone in its path. Then again, for the first time, we have good positions for the Spanish team, if I'm seeing this correctly, because they have switched characters. They are now Penta and Pura, yeah, whereas the Australian team is still Penta, all pinstripe all around. So yeah, but then again, Jarls is on a killing spree here. He takes some of the Spanish players out, and it's looking not as good anymore. Also, this red beaker there is devastating because he can't make that jump. He will fall down. Yeah. Oh, he makes it barely. Okay, I guess the red beaker effect wore off as he was in the air.
I mean, the Spanish were like hitting items left and right.
Yeah.
Presumably because of the desync, that's why they lost winning position.
Yeah, Rogometsto also. No, wait, he hit someone? Am I seeing this wrong? Didn't he just hit someone? Well, okay, the missile is not even. Oh, okay, he takes Vassetti out. Okay, it was just a lot of desync, yeah. Yeah, this lag is just very bad. Like, we can see Vassetti getting hit, and it takes multiple seconds until the game actually recognizes, okay, he actually got hit. Like, it's so annoying. Like, sometimes you see someone tumble around on your screen, but they continue to fly all the way down, like, as if they were still moving.
And sometimes you have an animation that you hit him, but he just continues at the like usual speed.
Yeah, yeah.
Like nothing happened, basically.
I mean, this race is a little bit closer, it's a bit tighter in general, but it's still, I think, in favor of Team Australia because Rugometsu was last. But, I mean,
think it's
yeah.
even in favor of the Spanish now, but for only 1 point.
Yeah, now that...
Not anymore.
I think it's Jupe. I don't know who it is, but yeah, someone apparently managed to claim first place, so... Yeah, the players are pretty well distributed. Like, the top 3 is pretty close to each other, but everyone else is just distributed on the track and nobody can really do anything. Like, we see Jarlster in 4th place, for example, but it seems like... Oh, okay, Caronte got... Oh, nice, Caronte got first place. There seemed to be an interaction happening, but he apparently hit something else, and now the orb is coming. And the orb just takes out everyone. Wow.
But Caronte could end up being first again.
Yeah.
Rogo getting another like orb, okay.
That's a very good missile right there. He should have comboed Lachazu, but he just didn't go for it apparently. And there's another orb coming, and it's unjuiced, it seems like. Yeah, it's unjuiced. Yeah. Nice awareness of Jarlster to just go wide because the orb is unjuiced. And that basically allows them to get 2, 3, and 4.
Caronte finishing first, but unfortunately that won't help out.
Yeah, that won't be enough because the team has 2, 3, 4, and 5. So basically, the team Spain has bottom 3. So that's a 7-point win for Team Australia again. Yeah.
But now everything will change, since they will change the host now.
It was juiced on the Spaniard screen. I mean, yeah, decent, and you know, it's like... what even is a juiced up orb at this point? I hope that nobody was position glitched, because if anyone was position glitched in one of the past races, then the entire scoreboard is wrong, and I hope that really isn't the case. Yes, that would be pretty bad.
I mean, since you have both point of views of
Yeah.
the like times of the finish times, I think that you could like see if someone is pushing.
Okay, Australia going into the second. Australia versus Spain. Going into the second half, we see Australia with a 38-point lead. And that's a lot. That's really a lot. On average, Team Spain needs to make 10 plus points per race if they want to catch back up.
I
Alternatively, they
predict that
could
they
get.
will manage to do that. To be honest, I
Yeah.
predict that they will win in the end.
Yeah, but then
Like,
again, if they are hosting now, they have the host advantage, and the host advantage can change many things around,
yeah,
so.
I expect it to change everything.
Yeah.
Especially considering how Caronte is like a strong front runner. I expect him to be honest, like first
Yeah.
in every like next
Yeah, I
race.
think we are
That's
jumping
what it
right
is.
into the next lobby because I don't think there's anyone going to be subbed out.
Mm.
And yeah. It's gonna be interesting to see the second half. I
I
am
think that the
personally
Spanish will
more
get far.
hyped for the match coming up later today at 9 p.m., which is France versus UK. This is going to be a
Yeah.
very interesting match.
Mm-hmm.
And tomorrow Germany is going to play against Italy. And, yeah, this is also going to be very interesting for sure.
I think that Rogomesto and Caronte they will both like since they are in the front line they will both be like front running, and this will be very devastating for the Australians. Maybe this will take a bit longer. What do you say about music, Dharma?
About the loser.
Music.
About the
I
music,
would say
okay.
music,
let's
Dharma, only
let's
music.
hear some epic music. Let's vibe to Dot Dash.
Let's go. Let's go, man. I love Crash Bash so much, man.
I hope it won't take too long.
And by the way, you still have only 720p max on your stream. So. Yeah, but Lauren, this has nothing to do with the good connection. It's because of the geographical distance. And the second half, we have actually like
To be
more
fair,
exciting
I
tracks.
think when it comes to tracks, we have pretty similar tracks as the first half and the second half. Like the Team Spain, they made sure to pick like tracks like Out of Time or Cortex Castle when they are hosting. And Out of Time is equivalent in terms of like game balance to Thunderstruck, for example, and Android Alley is like Tiny Arena, and Cortex Castle is like Oxide Station, and yeah, like we are seeing some similar tracks here for sure when it comes to like game balance and stuff. So I think the Spanish team can definitely capitalize on the host advantage here on those tracks.
I mean, except for Drive-Through Danger, I have no idea what to think about it.
Yeah, Drive-Through Danger is gonna be a shit fest for the Australians probably, because the Spaniards are hosting. So, yeah.
I mean, it's a shitfest with like good connections. You can't imagine it like considering this lag. This like I can't imagine how big of a shitfest it will be.
Yeah, Drive-Through Danger is bad as it is. I mean, it's not a bad track. I don't want to express that at all. I think Drive-Through Danger is a pretty good track, actually. But it can go really, really wrong if you aren't careful.
Yeah, so yeah, let's see if the Spanish can turn this around, and I think they can. And
I
they
think
will big time, but let's see.
I think Out of Time is one of the best tracks you can be host on, simply because of how the track is designed. Because there's only two turbo pads in general. I mean, the ramp is not a turbo pad, but there's basically only two chances to get fire. And if you have the host advantage against a team that lives so far away from where you live, then you can really capitalize on that. And yeah, for example, if the Australians run into a decent beaker before the STP or on the STP itself, they're going to fall down and they are respawn after it, and they have no chance to get blue fire back, you know. So yeah.
So yeah, okay. Pain, show us what you got. Now it's your time to shine.
Yeah, we see Rugometsu going strong, gets the Sacred Fire, the faster Sacred Fire, and Jalsa already falling down. It seems like he got collisioned by someone who was teleporting, so he is already in a very bad spot after like 20 seconds already. It's a bit unfortunate that Rugometsu loses fire here, because he just had the super engine and storage, and he should have definitely used it a bit earlier.
I think that he was afraid to not squish his own.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, we see that it's really going a lot better for the Spanish team now, since they are the host. They can reliably see where everyone is, where every item is, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna make good usage of that.
You see the Spanish players going very wide in the clock.
Yeah, they are
clock tower,
careful.
that's very smart.
Yeah, the clock tower is a popular spot. A lot of people place items tight there, especially because the item crate is there. So yeah. Okay, let me check who is in second place there.
First place is Jewel. That's Jewel.
Oh yeah, first place now. Okay, first place is Jupe, and yeah, Jupe actually with the lead. Rugometsu in second place, Current in third place, and Lachazu in fourth place. So at the moment they have winning positions, but it's only small winning position. Like, they really need that first place because you just get so many points.
Yeah, but maybe Jewel will hit an item. Or a but no, instead
Oh,
Rogo
he
hits
hits the red beaker. That's unfortunate. He drops down to fourth, and considering how the minimap looks like, it's not even too bad, because he's not getting overtaken right now. But there's someone approaching, so he should make sure to hit that player who's coming. Oh, it's Access Advisor with the blue shield. Yeah, that missile's not gonna get him because the missile is too slow.
Oh no,
Yeah,
he didn't like sustain his
that's a bad
fire
misplay
so
here.
bad. He didn't. He doesn't get the sacred fire. Oh, it's not looking good for
Yeah, we see
Robo.
Jarlstar climbing back from the early 8th place ever so slowly. Um, and it seems like he can get even more positions because someone, it seems like a Lachazu probably made a mistake and fell down. And that Warborb not going to affect Jarlstar. Oh, but he hits the Nitro. But the Warborb just, okay, the Warborb just ignores him entirely. What the fuck? I mean, wow, and he hits. Okay, that was an interesting interaction right there because he hit a Nitro before the finish line and gets overtaken by Verstetti. Uh, yeah, this is another win for the Australian team. Yeah, interesting.
Spain, don't do this to me.
Yeah, I could imagine that the orb didn't target Jalsa because Jalsa is probably glitched on someone else's screen or on the player's screen who fired the
No,
orb.
it was unjuiced. It was fire from Robo. It was unjuiced.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Mm.
I see.
What Ola Pacifista is for Australia, not for his fellow Spanish people. Although I mean he's not Spanish, but he speaks Spanish. It's almost the same, man. If you speak Spanish, you're almost Spanish.
That's like saying just because you eat pizza you are almost Italian.
Okay, not the same, but yeah.
I mean, unless you have pizza eating habits like me and you eat spaghetti on your pizza and stuff like that.
Spaghetti on your pizza, interesting combo.
It's one of the best combos.
So yeah, next up we have Android Alley. And we hope that Spanish will do something against that lead because they are having the advantage now. They're hosting. They should do something. Come on, Spain.
Excessivizer in the stream, probably stream sniping the Spanish team. Imagine.
We are seeing some purple hearts in the chat.
Any purple hearts?
Let's go, guys. Add one more. Let's go. Show some love.
Any love?
Any love in the chat?
Oh,
Any purple
TNT.
love?
It's not the ideal first item rule. But yeah.
I don't think getting hit by a shield, unfortunately, in the beginning.
Yeah, Justin's going
Let's go,
wide
Robo.
here. He doesn't want. Wait, that.
A nice play by Robo.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, the bomb hit like excess, but with a delay.
Yeah, okay, yeah. It looked a bit weird.
Because
Oh,
in the beginning
that
he
bomb.
didn't like lose fire because on like the hit lagged on his screen. That's why.
I mean, Jalsa actually has some nice aiming with the bombs. He almost hit Rogometsto and he also took out. Was it Lachazo? Yeah, it probably was Lachazo who he hit earlier. But yeah, he has some nice aiming with bombs. If those bombs would have been juiced up, like he would have hit them all.
We are seeing Caronte with some crazy lines. Getting the second place, deserved.
Oh, someone tried to Beaker snipe Jalsa, but unfortunately missed by a little bit. Sniping someone with a Beaker is actually so hype. I don't know.
I mean, behind him is his own teammate, so I hope that was not his teammate.
I mean, we also see that I don't know who it is. I think it's Vassetti, who was close behind him, but got hit now, as we could see on the minimap. So okay, Rogometsto choking the first place. That's not what he wants to do.
This is quite a bad choke. But what happened to the opponent? Like, did he fall down or what happened? I
Yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
see.
Rogometsto fell down when trying to go for
That,
the last corner
but
skip.
after Rogomezzo, like the one opponent wanted to like I think it's Access wanted to
Oh,
pass him, but he didn't. Yeah, manage to. I think he fall down. He fell down, if I'm not
okay.
mistaken. It was so weird
If
because he was supposed to be
anyone,
third, not second place.
if
The other
anyone
player
has
was
seen
passing.
it, Jalstar fired a missile, and the missile actually just went into snaking lines and then just disappeared in the wall. That's another side effect of when people are lagging, like missiles become completely unreliable because they are just targeting thin air, basically.
We are seeing like Rogo with a shield,
Yeah.
Caronte with a decent lead.
I
Let's
mean,
go
this was
Caronte.
also a misplay from Jalstar right there, because that straight section where the finish line is, it's usually not enough for the missile to actually catch back up to someone. He should have fired the missile right here, because that missile can go all around the spiral and stuff because the area is wide enough. But if you fire the missile on the finish line, it's mostly gonna hit the wall on the left side as soon as the enemy goes into the tunnel. So he should have fired it way later. And he bonks the wall and takes excessive Visor's blue shield away. Wow. When you lose fire and you see that the teammate is behind you, you should always just throw the shield away, because it's not gonna serve any purpose. You're just gonna either hit your own teammates or take their shield away. And both isn't something you wanna do.
And so far, this is finally looking like a decent win for the Spanish.
I mean, I guess it depends on the definition of decent, but it's at least a win at all. Like at the moment, they are only having a. How much is it? I think it's almost top. Yeah, it looks like 0.9, I think.
Okay, you're seeing top
Yeah.
three.
Yeah, nice.
Let's
Okay.
go.
that's
Nice play
an
by Rogo.
that's a nice 11-point win there. Yeah, for sure.
Let's go Spanish.
Yeah, they are
Let's
finally
go
winning
finally. And Caronte being first, like I
their
said.
first
Let's go
match.
Caronte. Show them your skills, bro. Play with him a few times. Itemless is just fucking insane. Let's go. Instead of a fourth heart, I get a fuck you from Failchu. Thank you, man. Love you too.
Wow. My man's going at it. This win was pretty important, because if they hadn't won by so many points, they would have lost the entire match right now. But we can see that the Australian team is only 32 points ahead, and Team Spain can still bring it back, although I personally think it's pretty unlikely, because they would win with like almost top 4 both times, basically.
I believe in them. I believe in them. You will see, man. Okay, I will add 4 hearts by myself. Because I got a fuck you instead, so. But yeah, I forgot that they're playing Drive Through Danger. This will be. Okay, let's hope for the best.
Drive-through game danger is going to be a shitfest.
Y es que cómo se va safe en este mapa, si este mapa es folladísimo, ¿verdad?
Ya. No, pero yo os diría que alguno se quede atrás. O sea...
Yo tiraré para adelante,
Sí,
no
tú
pillaré
tira
la
para adelante,
lámpara
pero
nunca,
Guille y
¿sabes?
Jasu diría que os quedéis un poquito atrás a ver si pilláis algún objeto de quinto, una máscara o algo y podéis barrer a los de delante, ¿vale?
Okay, let's go Spain.
Está jodidísimo.
Give us a top 4 now.
Nunca me pasa,
Bueno,
solo me tocan en
pero a lo
Giant.
Top
mejor te
4.
pasa, yo qué sé.
Yeah, let's
Hmm.
go.
Pero es que...
No, pero
Hmm.
el engine te viene bien.
I'm not sure about that, Chief.
Pero el engine viene bien para que mantengas reservas. En verdad no es tan
Pero
malo el engine.
me va a acabar
I'm not sure about it either because it dropped through danger.
Bueno,
But I still believe in
bueno,
that.
pero hay que intentarlo, tío.
A ver qué tal.
Okay. Drive through danger. In wars, the burger line is better, but most people still go for pizza.
Hmm. You're seeing some crazy lines by Coront. I'm telling you, that guy has some talent.
No, no. Yo también voy detrás. ¿Ves? Si me ha tocado simplemente en
What the hell
Wait,
just
wait,
happened?
what? How
He just hit the
how-
beaker, but how?
how was there a beaker? Like, this is the first lap and he was first place. What?
He was so far away from the opponent team. What the hell is happening
Okay.
here?
I mean,
We
I
need
guess
answers.
game be like that.
What the hell was this?
We've actually also seen Rugomester also getting hit by one, and either someone had like crazy snipe skills, or this was just something else. I have to rewatch that. I just don't know what happened there.
This game, man.
Vale, voy a bloquear la zona esta que no se puede pasar apenas, ¿vale?
Desastre total. Tengo escudo,
Vale. ¿Os ha tocado algo, chicos? ¿Tenéis algo?
They're getting a lot of rockets, but I don't know
Vale, ven,
Yeah, missiles
how
on this
effective are
track.
the missiles here on this track.
Yeah, missiles on this track don't really do much because yeah, just the geometry and the layout of the track is just very unfriendly towards missiles.
And Jaws hitting a fat red beaker in the face.
Yeah.
Una pócima roja después de la zona de la lámpara.
One big issue that I have always encountered on this track, it's just, yeah, like this, for example. This track has a few nasty blind corners,
Buah, es que había una...
and in addition to it, it's also just very hard to evade items in general, because this track doesn't have much space. It's really narrow if you think about it. It's not super narrow, like the Dragon Mine's shortcut or anything the like, but it's still pretty narrow, and when there's an item somewhere, it can be really difficult to evade sometimes, because if you go too wide, you're just gonna fall down. And yeah, especially on this section here, it's really hard to just evade items. And this was an invisible nitro, I would almost assume.
Yes.
Yeah, that was an invisible nitro. Nice. Yeah, invisible nitro is also a nice side effect of how this game works. Invisible nitros are worse than invisible beakers, because invisible beakers disappear when you hit them, but an invisible nitro stays and it's gonna be there until the race ends. Sometimes at least, not always, but yeah.
This is so far looking like a clear loss for the Spanish. Unfortunately, they just lost the entire set. But I'm not happy to see that because it's actually undeserved. They didn't deserve to lose this.
But yeah, basically Jupe securing first place here means that Team Spain lost the set, and this also means that Team Spain is pretty much out of the World Cup.
Oof. I don't know what to say, man. I think it's undeserved. Oh no, fuck! I forgot to. It's too late. Miss it. No, Lord.
Yo, tío, es que lo de no poder ver al rival, tío.
Es que deberíamos haber empezado nosotros hosteando, quizá, tío.
¿Tú has visto lo que me he comido, Robert, al principio? ¿Qué me he comido? Si es que estabas tú y yo y ya está.
Just give me a second, please.
Es que encima he visto que te has comido una pócima delante de mí, ¿sabes? O sea, estabas delante de mí, yo estaba detrás de ti, te has comido una pócima y tú vas primero. Es que es increíble.
Yo es que no lo entiendo.
There we go.
Que luego pues ya me han masacrado. Vaya mierda.
Okay, let me enter the scores.
Bueno,
I mean, they played well. They switched the host and everything, but they still got like,
es lo que digo, que quizá deberíamos haber...
dare I say, fucked by the game basically. Like, Caronte hit like an invisible beaker, although the opponents were so far away, and that was so undeserved, so unlucky.
Es que es una mierda.
And then Rogo hitting an invisible nitro, that was unlucky too. So it was definitely bad luck.
Ahora esto ha sido hosteando nosotros.
They actually played well, in my opinion.
Yeah, both the GG's to Australia, regardless of the lag.
But I don't know. I don't want to sound like harsh to the Australians. Okay, I have some like good friends like in their community, but the problem is like I don't really want to see like Australia playing like in the group stage
¿Es el último map?
because like every team that we played against them would have the same shit face as now. So because of the geographical distance, and that would be just I don't want that like for an example, the strong team like flies out the World Cup just because of the lag with Australia. So it would be like
Mira, yo voy a hacer buenas líneas.
unfair
Joder.
like a lot, and I don't want to see that. So, sorry to Australia, really. I have some friends there in the community. I like them, I love them, but I don't want to see that. I don't want to see like similar scenarios happening like in more serious phases of the World Cup. So
Porque lleva una putísima mierda.
yeah, we are seeing Rogomaster with some really strong lines.
¿Cómo te acabas esa voz? Madre mía.
He dejado pócima al salir del...
Decent beat there, but
I mean, even
actually
though
rated.
Spain lost this set, I mean, there's still round 5. They can still qualify, but it's going to be very difficult simply because of the point difference. Like Spain has a very high point difference actually, and even if they win one set, and for example Peru wins one set, then there's gonna be a tie, and yeah, this is gonna be very difficult for them. Simply because they have such a big point difference, like they are almost always guaranteed to be ranked last. So yeah, it's it's very unlikely that they are going to qualify for the World Cup for the group stage now.
But like I said, if Australia like qualifies, then
Va verde en
yeah,
defensa,
then
chicos.
I mean
Vaya mierda de juego.
we don't want to see unfair races. We don't want to see unfair wins and unfair losses.
I mean, the
Yeah,
distance is there, and other countries have this issue as well. Like for example, if Germany was to play against Mexico, we would pretty much face the same issue. And for example, Germany versus Japan also had the same. I mean, that match, the lag wasn't bad. It was good for the most part. Bozzy had some issues when we played, like he didn't see me on his screen, for example.
But that's because of his weak connection. That has nothing to do
And
with geographical distance.
I mean, I don't know if Bozzy has a bad connection, but still,
Yeah, he has a bad connection.
what I'm getting at is basically there's always gonna be a little bit of lag and stuff if two countries that are just very far away from each other play.
Bien, tío, vete hacia mí.
But the Australian team is the only like team where it's just unacceptable in my opinion. Like,
Nah, I
Unplayable, and it's
I don't think it's really just Australia. It's also other countries as well. Like even like for example from the perspective of Mexico, Germany is lagging as well. So it goes into both directions.
Del jardín en la... esta.
Ya, pero no sé dónde en concreto, si cerrada, abierta.
but hey, we at least see like winning position for Team Spain, at least in the last track.
Si se la come, es que sería feliz.
Yeah, getting a lot of positions here really helps
Se ha comido algo, el tío.
because it decreases the point difference, but yeah, it's still it's really tough for them now to really qualify for the group stage now.
Yeah.
But then again, Codex Castle, a good pick from Team Spain. They got an ever so slight win, and I guess it helps to some degree. But yeah, it seems like Versetti is actually 4th, but he's glitched. Yeah, he's glitched, okay. Yeah, Versetti is 4th. But he's glitched.
Pues se me ha bugueado brutal esto.
So, yeah.
De más, esa es una puta mierda.
Yo siempre que digo antes del jardín, Caronte es en el
I mean, at the end of the day, it's not really the lag itself that really just decided everything here, but we've also seen a lot of misplays from Team Spain for sure, like team kills and stuff, and losing fire and falling down and whatever. So there definitely have been some things happening that ultimately decided who's going to win this. And I think we've seen some good plays from Team Australia, we've seen some good plays from Team Spain, but ultimately Team Australia played better overall despite the lag advantage. But because we can see, like, even after Spain hosted, like they still won races, and I think that just says a lot. So overall we can just say that Team Australia played better, and I think that's really what it comes down to, why they won.
Dios, qué calor tengo.
Paluco. The link on my profile speech. No sé qué decir el tío este que me ha comentado, la verdad, pero bueno.
Esta era la última, ¿no?
I mean, yeah, I mean, no, only Spain hosting would have been kinda unfair for the Australian team, so
Que vaya mierda.
we want to keep it fair for everyone.